At this time in my life, it can be like really, really scary and make me really, really sad when I think about like the world that I'm growing up into.
There is a very, very, very huge need for what I see as a missions outreach to the youth and young adults in this town.
So there's a huge need here in Visalia, right? It seems like kids are being attacked. I think Satan is really using that, getting confusion to pull kids away, and give them all kinds of crises.
I wake up in the morning and I'm a Christian, and I go to school and I come back home and I don't know what I am. And it's weird because everything's just like so normalized. Like my teachers have big posters where it's like judgment-free zone and like all these different things where it's like you have to accept this, you have to accept this, and if you're not this, then you're excluded. And it's just like all these different things where like there's a girl that likes me, and like there's just so many different things where it's like I don't know how to react to that.
It is really difficult. It really is a battlefield. There are a million different opinions and views, and almost none of them are of God, and you're being bombarded with them every day.
I feel like nowadays, like, depression is like almost like a trend. There's just so many different things that's just like normalized that when people are like, oh, is it such a big deal? It might not seem like a big deal because how much it's been normalized, but it is such a big deal, and it's breaking people, and people are dying because of it.
Sometimes we think that our kids are not going to be affected by that, and I think that's not true. I know that we're affected in all kinds of ways from what's going on in the public schools, and it's happening at private schools. And so we need to face it, we need to talk about it, and we need to be engaged with young people in these issues.
I've grown up in a homeschool community, pretty much as sheltered as you can get. My parents did a really good job with raising me as a man of God, and even in that situation, I have friends who have told me they are queer and gay, who are part of very godly Christian families. I know multiple kids who have told me that, and who have said that I'm not going to tell my parents, and who have given into that and decided this is who they're going to be, and are waiting to move out of the house. The fact that I see that, that's a huge deal. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there.
I feel like there are just definitely some family like norms where it's just like parents, like some of my friends are like, I couldn't come out to my parents because if I did, I'd get kicked out and I'd be on the street. There are definitely some extreme norms that are just like, I know if I do this, I don't have a place.
It's like real, and it's really scary as a young person who knows the truth and is learning the truth. It's really scary to see everything going on around me, and it breaks my heart. I think that having a home for people to come to is 100% what's needed right now.
To me, it is as severe and as necessary as like an outreach to, like Haiti or like a war-torn country. At this point in my life, I feel like God is saying like, stay here because I need people here, doing missions here, because this is like really urgent.
It's really hard to hear the truth in the midst of the noise, and you need to be connected with good people that you trust, good godly people who are pouring truth into you. And if you don't have that, you're gonna be so lost.
People need to know that people care, and in a world that is so busy, I really feel like there is a lack of community.
Because you're at school for 6-7 hours a day and they don't know everything you're going through, and you can't just sit there and explain every single moment.
Even if it's like a specific issue that person is iffy about, I think it's necessary for everyone to assess who they believe they are and try and figure out, like, have I thought about my identity? Like, who am I?
A place that I think people would be able to go for just help and for wisdom. And I think that would be just like a really cool thing for me and people I know, just like to have and like for somebody to reach out to.
Like just everything about like home is very broken right now, and that's where a lot of the causes of pain are coming from and are rooted in.
So having an actual place, a home for people to come to, I think that's really going to be helpful because we all like a place to go, a place to belong.
Well, I think it's not just a need in the Valley. I think it's a need everywhere, but we can only start in a certain spot for having this need done. But you see just the confusion that is out there in the younger generations, that the world is trying to tell them one thing and just sends their head and their mind spinning in so many directions that they don't know where to land, and they need a place that they can come to, that they can be taught the truth, and taught the truth in a loving way, that they can see it from a biblical perspective, and that God can lead them down the correct path.
One of the things I've done over the past 10 years is I've been studying the Bible with the question, what does God think about human sexuality? What does God think of men? What does he think of women? Why did he create male and female? What is it about our sexuality that tells us something about God that points back to that? And so I have a course called the Life Matrix course. It addresses the questions that people are already asking. And so I need a space to be able to teach those classes.
Well, those that are financially secure is the heart and soul of what is behind all of this. I mean, the need is there, and the initial need is great too, to buy this house and to get this life center going. But the continual need is even more demanding, that to continue this ministry going and continue to reach these kids, the monthly support is going to be what is really truly needed from people.
I'm excited about this time. I'm excited about this opportunity that we have right now. I think it's more needed than ever, and I feel like God has been preparing me and a whole army of people to harvest a generation for God and bring kids back to life again.